Have you ever wondered why some men effortlessly draw women in without saying a word? What if I told you that it's not about money, looks, or even charm but something far more hidden? And what if the true secret to attraction isn't found in what you do but in how well you understand what she doesn't even realize about herself? Most men walk through life believing they have to win a woman's attention with flashy displays, money, a sharp jawline, smooth talk. But here's the truth. The real key to female attraction lies beneath the surface, in understanding the psychological triggers and emotional patterns that even most women don't consciously recognize. Women, like men, have emotional reflexes, hidden vulnerabilities, deep-rooted needs, and subconscious desires that quietly guide their decisions. The challenge: most men are completely blind to them. They interact on the surface, never knowing what's really shaping the outcome. But today, that changes, because we're diving deep into 10 hidden female weaknesses, powerful emotional triggers that, once understood, will forever shift how you connect with women. This isn't manipulation, it's insight, and when used wisely, it's the foundation for confidence, clarity, and magnetic connection. So let's get into it. 1. The power of emotional certainty. Women are emotional beings not because they're unstable or irrational, but because they experience life through feeling. Emotions color their decisions, especially in relationships, and one of the most powerful yet hidden emotional needs a woman has is emotional certainty. She wants to feel secure with a man, not just physically safe or entertained, but emotionally grounded. She doesn't just crave excitement or chemistry. What she longs for, sometimes without realizing, is the deep, stabilizing feeling that you will not emotionally abandon her when things get messy. This is why women are naturally pulled toward men who remain composed under pressure. The kind of man who doesn't lose his temper, who doesn't spiral when life gets complicated. A man who exudes a quiet steadiness, stoic confidence. On the flip side, men who are emotionally reactive, overly needy, or dramatic lose her respect fast. Why? Because emotional instability signals weakness, and whether she says it aloud or not, a woman doesn't want to feel like she has to stabilize you. Imagine this: if she senses you're the one who needs comfort every time life shakes, the roles reverse. She becomes the caretaker, the protector, and that kills attraction almost instantly. So what's the solution? It's to become the calm in her storm. When she's upset, you don't argue or retreat. You stay grounded. When life hits hard, you respond with logic, not panic. You show that your emotions are under control, not bottled up but managed. This doesn't mean becoming cold. It means being solid, reliable. The kind of man she can lean on, not because you say you're strong but because you show it in how you handle your inner world. The man who offers emotional certainty becomes something incredibly rare, a safe haven, and whether she knows it or not, she'll find herself drawn to you again and again without understanding why. 2. Women are drawn to what they can't have. A scarcity creates value. It's why diamonds are expensive, why rare cars turn heads, why people chase limited edition sneakers they'll never wear. Human psychology is wired to want what feels rare, and attraction is no exception. One of the most powerful yet often overlooked female psychological triggers is this: women are drawn to men they can't fully have. Men who are too available, too eager, or too obvious in their desire become predictable. She may like the attention, she may even entertain the flirtation, but she won't chase it, because chasing requires challenge, mystery, a sense of, there's more to him than he's showing me. The man who creates that subtle distance, the one who doesn't overshare, who isn't always the first to text back, who keeps a piece of himself reserved, activates something primal. He sparks curiosity, and curiosity is fuel for attraction. It's not about playing games. It's about having self-respect, about showing that your attention is earned, not handed out freely. that you have standards, boundaries, a life so rich. You're not waiting by the phone. That air of independence, it makes her want to know more, to earn your attention. And when a woman starts chasing, it changes everything. And that brings us to the next hidden trigger, a powerful emotional reflex rooted in how women bond, trust, and feel connected on a much deeper level. Previously, we uncovered how mystery and emotional scarcity can spark intense attraction. Now, let's go even deeper into the subtle signals and behaviors that ignite subconscious desire in ways most men never recognize. Women are naturally drawn to things that feel just out of reach. It's not that they enjoy being ignored or neglected, it's that uncertainty triggers curiosity, and curiosity is fuel for emotional engagement. This explains why women often become obsessed with men who appear emotionally unavailable or hard to read. Their minds crave resolution and end to the mystery, and the subconscious begins to assign higher value to something they don't fully understand or possess. So how do you use this to your advantage? It's simple, but it requires discipline. Don't always be available. Don't rush to reply to every message. Don't constantly drop everything the moment she calls. Let her wonder when she'll see you again. That subtle sense of unpredictability makes you unforgettable. Live your own life. Build your world around your goals, your passions, your purpose, not around her schedule. When your energy is centered on something greater, she feels that. She senses your independence, and that's magnetic. Reveal yourself slowly. Don't spill your entire life story on the second date. Let her discover you like chapters in a novel. Keep parts of your world private, not secret, but sacred. The mystery of what else is there keeps her coming back, because the moment she feels like she's figured you out, when she thinks she's fully won you over, her interest starts to fade. Why? Because the chase is over. There's no tension, no spark. But when you keep a piece of yourself slightly out of reach, something she can feel, but not fully grasp, you create emotional gravity. She'll chase, not because you're withholding, but because you're undeniably compelling. 3. The unspoken influence of a deep voice and commanding presence, one of the most underestimated psychological triggers of attraction. Your voice and your presence. Studies consistently show that men with deeper, slower, more grounded voices are perceived as more dominant, more confident, and more sexually attractive. This isn't just cultural, it's biological. A deep voice signals high testosterone, leadership, and strength, qualities deeply rooted in evolutionary psychology. But it's not only about how you sound, it's about your presence. A powerful presence begins before you even speak. It's in how you carry yourself, how you enter a room, how you react or don't react to your environment. A man with strong presence walks with purpose, not haste, maintains eye contact with calm confidence, speaks slowly, clearly, as if every word matters, avoids nervous habits like fidgeting or shifting constantly. Manual. A weak presence is easy to spot. Slouched posture, rapid, high-pitched speech, constant fidgeting. All of these signal insecurity even if you're unaware of it. Here's the truth. Women pick up on energy before they even process your words. Your physical stillness, your vocal tone, your aura, it all speaks louder than your actual voice. If you want to captivate women effortlessly, master your presence first. Because the stronger your internal world feels, the more irresistibly magnetic your external presence becomes. 4. Women can't resist a man who can walk away. One of the most powerful psychological triggers in attraction is this: the fear of loss. It's simple psychology. We value what we might lose more than what we already have. And women are especially attuned to emotional loss. That's why one of their deepest subconscious weaknesses is the emotional reaction they have. When a man signals he can walk away, most men do the opposite. When a woman pulls back, they chase, they plead, they try to fix it, they explain themselves endlessly. But all of this communicates one thing, neediness, that you need her more than she needs you. And the second she senses that imbalance, her attraction drops. But the man who can walk away without drama, without hesitation, communicates something powerful. I want you, but I don't need you. That's confidence, that's power, that's irresistible. It says, my value doesn't come from your approval. My self-worth isn't tied to whether you stay or go. I have options. I have purpose. And I don't chase games. This mindset makes women lean in, because it reverses the dynamic. It says, you don't tolerate disrespect. You set the standard. It's not manipulation. It's self-respect. And when a woman feels that, she'll do what it takes to stay in your life. Rule of thumb. If you're not willing to walk away, you'll always end up chasing. 5. A man with a mission is her kryptonite. That brings us to one of the most potent subconscious triggers of all. The next section reveals why a woman's deepest emotional instincts are activated not by looks or charm, but by a man who's chasing something bigger than her. Earlier, we explored how walking away and having the strength to stay grounded in your own self-worth instantly sets you apart. But there's another level to male attraction, something deeper, more compelling than charm or status. It's purpose. 5. A man with a mission is her kryptonite. There's something undeniably magnetic about a man who's chasing something greater than himself. Whether it's building a business, mastering a craft, or reaching a personal goal, a man on a mission doesn't chase women. Women chase him. Why? Because purpose is power. It creates focus. It builds discipline. It radiates independence. And those are the traits that trigger deep attraction in women, often beyond their awareness. But here's where many men go wrong. They make the woman the mission. They revolve their life around her. They rearrange everything to accommodate her world. They cancel plans, stop pursuing their passions, and slowly, without realizing it, they make her their entire identity. At first, she may enjoy the attention, but soon she begins to feel smothered. Because ironically, when a man puts a woman at the center of his world, he kills attraction. A woman doesn't want to be your purpose. She wants to feel like she's part of something bigger, something already moving with or without her. That's where the fire burns brightest. A man with a mission doesn't drop everything when she texts. He doesn't cancel his goals because she wants attention. He's busy building something, chasing something, becoming something. And that energy, it draws her in. So ask yourself, what am I building? What am I chasing? Because if your life has no mission, no direction, no drive, she'll sense it. And even if she can't explain why, she won't stay. 6. The paradox of controlled vulnerability. Let's shift into something more subtle but just as powerful. Vulnerability. Most men either overdo it or avoid it entirely. They either pour their emotions out in desperate hope of connection, or they hide behind emotional walls, thinking that stoicism means silence. But the truth, women are weak for men who master the paradox of vulnerability. What does that mean? It means being emotionally open without being emotionally needy. It means you can share your feelings, but you don't look for validation. You can talk about your struggles, but only after you've conquered them. Too much vulnerability, especially too soon, makes a man appear fragile. He overshares. He unloads his problems. He leans on her emotionally like a crutch. This doesn't make her feel connected. It makes her feel burdened. On the other hand, a man who reveals his emotional world selectively, who lets her in gradually, and only when he chooses to, creates a powerful bond. Because when he finally opens up, it means something. It's special. It shows trust, but still maintains strength. Think of it like this. Your emotions should be like the ocean. Deep, powerful, present, but not chaotic, not stormy. Let her feel your depth, but never drown her in it. A man who controls his vulnerability, who shows heart without losing spine, becomes unforgettable. 7. Women are programmed to test your strength. There's something most men never see coming. Women test men constantly. These aren't random games. They're subconscious instincts. Ways or mind checks. Is he strong? Is he grounded? Is he real? She might challenge your opinions. Start little arguments. Act distant. Not because she wants drama, but because she wants clarity. She's testing to see if you'll break. And here's the harsh truth. If you react emotionally, get defensive, insecure, or angry, she'll start to lose respect quickly. But if you stay calm, if you smile through it, if you stay grounded, confident, and unbothered, you pass the test. A man who keeps his composure signals high value. He doesn't chase, he doesn't beg. He lets her come back when she's ready, because he knows who he is with or without her. And that makes you the kind of man she can't replace. Remember, women only test men they're already attracted to. So if she's testing you, it's not a bad sign, it's a compliment. Just don't fail it. And now, let's face one final trigger, one that separates the confident from the fearful, the grounded from the needy. How you handle rejection. Previously, we talked about the power of passing a woman's test, how emotional composure sets you apart from the crowd. But now, let's explore what happens when the test becomes real, when she walks away. The way you respond in that moment can define everything. 8. Embrace rejection with confidence and become untouchable. Education happens. It's part of the game, but most men fear it like it's a death sentence to their self-worth. The truth? Women are incredibly attracted to men who can handle rejection like it doesn't shake them at all. Why? Because that kind of composure signals unshakable confidence. Imagine this. A man gets rejected, and instead of sulking, he smiles. Maybe he laughs. Maybe he even says, "No worries, you're missing out. Have an amazing day," and walks away like it never happened. What does that tell her? That he doesn't place his value in her approval. That he's not desperate. That he has options. And more importantly, that he knows it. Desperate men fear rejection because, deep down, they believe they don't have other chances. They act like this was their only shot, and that energy, it repels. Confident men don't flinch because their self-worth isn't tied to one outcome. They know that one woman's disinterest doesn't diminish their value. The trick: never let rejection drop your energy. Don't react with anger, sadness, or bitterness. Stay light. Stay cool. Keep moving. Because in truth, rejection only hurts when you're attached to needing approval. When you release that need, when you accept that not every woman will be for you. And that's okay, you gain real power, and women can feel that. Ironically, the man who doesn't fear rejection is the one women pursue. Not because he's cocky, but because he radiates calm certainty. The kind that says, "I choose. I don't chase." 9. Women obsess over men who are hard to read. Here's a psychological truth that most men ignore. When a woman knows exactly how you feel all the time, she stops wondering. And when the wonder dies, the chase ends. Women are obsessed with mystery, not because they enjoy confusion, but because curiosity keeps emotions engaged. The man who reveals everything too quickly, who texts back instantly, pours out his feelings early, constantly asks for reassurance, becomes predictable. And predictability, while safe, kills excitement. Does this mean you should play games? No. It means you should protect your value. High-value men maintain an element of mystery. They don't overshare. They don't reply instantly just to get attention. They communicate deliberately, not reactively. Their words matter, because they're not constantly given. They let a woman wonder where she stands, wonder what he's thinking, wonder what he'll say next. And in that wondering, desire grows. Curiosity is fuel for attraction. When a woman doesn't always know what's coming, she stays emotionally involved. Her mind stays active. She leans in instead of pulling back. So don't be an open book. Be a well-written novel, each page engaging, each chapter revealing just enough to keep her turning. Point 10. A man who controls his desires controls everything. No, we reach the final piece. The most powerful trigger of all. The man who masters himself is the one women can't resist. Most men are ruled by desire. They chase women out of lust. They let the need for attention, validation, or intimacy control their decisions. But high value men flip the script. They don't chase, they choose. They don't let pleasure dictate their direction. They stay grounded in their purpose. Self-control is rare, and rare is valuable. A man who can say no to temptation, who can delay gratification, who can prioritize his mission over his urge, is that man becomes irresistible, because he radiates power not just over others, but over himself. This doesn't mean rejecting desire. It means mastering it, enjoying it without being owned by it. The moment you stop chasing women is the moment they start chasing you, because women are instinctively drawn to men who don't need them but want them from a place of strength. A man who can walk away, a man who keeps his standards, a man who doesn't let lust cloud his judgment. This is not a trick. This is not a tactic. It's psychological alignment. When you understand female psychology and master your own you, become magnetic. Because at the end of the day, women aren't drawn to noise, tricks, or flash. They're drawn to strength, purpose, and self-respect. And when you truly embody those, women won't just want you, they'll need you. If today's breakdown gave you clarity, confidence, or something to think about, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to Stoic Guide for more insight into life, attraction, and mastering your inner world. Until next time, stay grounded, stay intentional, and remember, never chase, lead.